Once upon a time, in a lively town filled with busy markets and colorful festivals, there was a very rich man named Chuka. Chuka was known across the region for his huge fortune, owning large lands, many businesses, and a grand house that sparkled in the sunlight. Despite all his wealth and riches, Chuka had one thing missing from his life: a loving wife. Chuka tried many ways to find a good wife, but he was having trouble. Many women seemed more interested in his money than in him as a person. He wanted a relationship built on real love and shared values, not on money. One day, as Chuka thought about his problem, he came up with a different plan. He decided to pretend to be a regular person to see if anyone would love him for who he truly was, not for his wealth. So, he left his big mansion behind and rented a small apartment in a quiet part of town. He dressed in simple clothes, worked as a mechanic in a small garage, and acted like an ordinary man. Chuka's new life was very different from his old one. He lived in a tiny room with basic furniture, and he began to experience life from a new perspective. At the local market, he bought fresh vegetables and haggled with the sellers, enjoying the company of everyday people. It was in this simple setting that Chuka met Nkechi, a kind and hardworking woman who sold homemade snacks and drinks from a small roadside stand. Nkechi was known for her kindness and honesty, and her smile could brighten even the dullest day. Chuka admired her from a distance, and one day, he started talking to her, pretending to be an ordinary mechanic named Emeka. As weeks went by, Chuka and Nkechi grew closer. They shared stories, laughed together, and supported each other through the ups and downs of daily life. Nkechi had no idea who Chuka really was. To her, Emeka was just a nice mechanic who truly cared about her life and dreams. Chuka was enchanted by Nkechi's honesty and warmth. He found himself falling in love with her not just because of who she was but because of how she made him feel valued for his true self, without the influence of his money. The more he spent time with Nkechi, the more he realized how rare and precious her qualities were. As time went on, Chuka's light began to weigh on him. He knew that revealing his true identity would be a huge shock, but he also realized he couldn't hide the truth forever. He decided it was time to come clean and see if their relationship could handle the truth. One evening, Chuka invited Nkechi to his big house in the city, telling her he wanted to show her something important. When they arrived, Nkechi was amazed by the size and luxury of the house. She looked at Chuka with a mix of surprise and confusion. Sitting her down, Chuka told her the truth, explaining why he had pretended to be someone else. He told her about his money and his wish to find a real relationship. He admitted that he had pretended to be a regular person to find out if she loved him for who he was, not for his wealth. Nkechi was silent for a while, trying to understand. Her heart felt heavy with confusion and hurt. She had fallen for Emeka's kindness and honesty, not knowing he was actually a rich man. However, as she thought about their time together, she realized that the love she felt was real. Even though she was shocked at first, she came to see Chuka's true feelings and the pain he felt in trying to find true love. She understood that sometimes people have hidden reasons for their actions that can be understood with compassion and patience. In the end, Nkechi chose to forgive Chuka. They both learned together important lessons from the experience. Chuka understood that love cannot be based on lies, and Nkechi learned that sometimes, people have hidden reasons for their actions that could be understood with empathy and patience. Their relationship, now based on honesty and mutual respect, grew stronger. They married and became an example of true love in the town, showing that genuine affection could overcome even the biggest of deceptions.